Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be learning how to do a single crochet. This stitch is very easy. It's really good for beginners. So if you're new to crochet, this would be the perfect video for you and perfect stitch for you to learn. This is going to be part of my 80 stitches in 40 weeks series. This is the first video, but I will be uploading another one later this week. For today's project, you'll need a pair of scissors, tape measure, a 6mm crochet hook, tapestry needle, and weight for acrylic yarn. Today I am using I Love This yarn. It is in Hobby Lobby's brand. The color is Sun Gold. And if you're new to buying yarn, you want to look for this label part on the back and look for the number 4 on the roll of yarn. That'll tell you the weight of this yarn. So, first you're going to start with tying your yarn to your hook, whether you want to do that with a slip knot or to actually make a knot. I prefer doing a double knot as I feel it's more secure. But if you prefer slip knots, that'll work just fine as well. You're going to chain 22 chains. So to chain, you're going to cross over in front of your yarn, wrap your hook, and pull through the loop. Again, cross over in the front, wrap your yarn, pull through the loop. You do not want to go behind your yarn and wrap over, as this will just make it more difficult. You'll want to cross over the front, wrap around it, and pull through. You'll do that 22 times. Once you have 22 chains, you're going to take your hook and you're going to find your second chain from your hook. So the loop on your hook does not count as a chain. This is your first chain. This is your second. So you're going to take your hook and enter into the second. You're going to wrap your hook, pull through the first loop, wrap once more, pull through the next two. Again, find your next chain. You're going to take your hook, enter, wrap, pull through the first loop, wrap, pull through the next two. You'll do that all the way down your chain. Once you have finished your row, you should have a count of 21 stitches. So to begin your next row, you're going to chain 1, turn your work, and these little boxes on the back side are going to be what you enter into. So you're going to take your hook, pick up both loops, and it'll look like a V. Then you're going to wrap your hook, pull through the 2 loops, wrap your hook again, and pull through the next 2. Once more, you're going to find your little box, take your hook, enter into the box, you'll pick up both loops, wrap your hook, pull through those 2, you'll have 2 loops left on your hook, you'll wrap once more, and then pull through those 2. You will continue all the way down the row doing the same thing, place in a single crochet in each of these boxes. When you go to start your next row, you will chain 1 and turn. You will do this until you have a total of 25 rows. I'll meet you back when I have 25. I have finished my square. Looks a little bit rectangular because of the lens I'm using on my camera, but it is square. How you'll count your rows, if you did not keep track by marking it down on paper, is these little lines right here. So you'll see, like this one right here, this is only 1 row. But if you look below it, it creates like a rectangular tube, and you can see it all the way down. each one of these tubes is 2 rows. So this is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, and 25. So that is 25 rows. So a way to make sure that you have a square is to take your tape measure, and you're gonna measure from side to side. You should have 6 1/4, which I have, and you should have it the other way as well, which I have as well. You want to make sure that you do not stretch it out like this or this before you measure it, because once it goes back to shrink, it'll shrink back to the size it originally was. If you did happen to already stretch it, just go ahead and leave it alone for a little bit and it'll shrink within a few hours. Another way to see if you have the right amount of measurement or rows to have a solid square is to take one corner to the other corner and fold it in half and see if you have a triangle. Now it should create a perfect little triangle here, and if it does, that means you have the right amount of rows. If it doesn't, you either have too many or too little. You'll just have to play around. I forgot to record this part before I tied off on that one. So once you finish your row, you're going to take your hook and you're going to chain 1. Then you're going to take your scissors, cut your yarn, and then you'll take your hook and you'll just pull it through and tighten it, and that creates a little knot. Now for weaving in your ends, you are just gonna take your tapestry needle, and I always pull my thread to the very tip of my fingertips where you can barely even see it. You'll take your hook, you'll just wiggle it in there. Then you're gonna take your needle, insert your needle really close to where this knot is, not in the same spot because it'll undo the knot, but very close to it. And you're just going to weave it in. You don't want to be able to see it from the front or the back. That way you don't see the yarn. And then you'll just continue doing that until you feel like you have enough weaved in. You'll take your scissors and you're going to cut really, really close to the project. Just make sure you don't actually cut your project. Then you will take your project and you're going to stretch it out a little bit to make sure that the end that you just weaved in is pulled in into a stitch and isn't just fraying out on the end. You'll do the same thing with the other end as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope your square turned out the way you wanted to. I can't wait to see how all your guys' squares did turn out. So if you have any social medias, please tag me in any of these platforms and show me how your square looks. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll catch you on the next video.